Hey, so welcome to another live stream. So for those who are new, I'm doing this Elixir open source contributions live streams, and sometimes I do also tackle some side projects that I have in mind. Thanks for watching, everyone. I see there's 6 viewers there. Not sure who you are, but thanks. Yeah, as for today, let me share the screen. As for today, we are going to contribute to the Hex package manager, which is this package manager for Elixir, right? The default one that every time you do like mix deps.get. Hey, Dwayne Bradley. Hey, thanks for watching. Welcome. Saw you just followed me there too, so thanks. So every time you do this mix deps.get thing, it's going to get the dependencies from this repository, right? So the contribution is actually this issue that José Valim, the man himself, opened. There's this mix hex sponsor task, which actually let me cd into I guess coins. Hey Jujubiter, that's my wife, by the way. Thanks for watching, dear. On the coins here, I can run the mix hex sponsor, and it tells me, hey, here's a way to sponsor this dependency. You have this Flocky dependency that's accepting donations. So you can sponsor the work on Flocky by just going to this link and donating something directly to the person that maintains that open source software, right? So Philip Sampaio. But yeah, that's the idea of the issue, is that every time you do a new mix deps.get and there's some updated or added dependency that actually has the sponsor link, we show this mix hex sponsor, right? So like we show a tip to say, hey, you have updated, added dependencies that you can sponsor. Just run mix hex sponsor to check that, right? So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. I guess I need to fork this one. Oh, I don't. I already have it forked. Not sure if I ever contributed to it though. Anyway, let me download it here. Not sure if I... Yeah, didn't. So yeah, cloning the repo, cding into it, starting at Emacs. Alright, so I did download the package here, but I'm quite sure it's not updated because like probably, oh, this branch is 434 commits behind the hexpm main. So I'm going to go back to the hexpm and do a git remote add upstream, right? So then I'm doing a git fetch main, actually upstream main to up. Hey King Kurono, welcome again. Thanks for watching. I guess you're here almost every time. Thanks for that. Really appreciate that. So yeah, updated the upstream. So for those who yeah, I'm glad for you to be here too. So for those who don't know, what I'm doing here is basically I do have two git remotes. Normally you only have one when you your normal day job, right? You only have this origin one. I do have the origin and the upstream because for hexpm, this repo, I don't have write permissions, right? So I can't push anything here. I only can push on origin. So what you do this fork. So then they become two different repos, right? And this is the way that you actually contribute to open source. Like you create your repo, you use it as your origin, and that's the way, that's the place you're going to push your branch, right? But this is the place that has like the official repo. So on the when I did the git fetch, I basically said, hey, please download everything for the main branch on the upstream remote, right? And then what I'm going to do now is to rebase my master. I'm on master here, right? So I'm going to rebase my master to the upstream main, which is the one I downloaded. So if I check here, you can see that now I have 434 commits that are here locally but are not on origin master. So I'm going to git push them. By the way, it's master locally here because previously it was called master, the main branch. Now it's called main. They renamed it. But hey, continuing. So yeah, now I have updated master. Let's open a new branch. You check out. Oh, I do have a lot of aliases. You probably realized that already. CO is checkout. ST means, I guess it's status minus SB. Hey Yuri! Yuri, I guess it's Yura, right? It's you. Lucky enough, I can recognize your surname. So Yura works with me on, on Toggle Plan. Hey, thanks for joining. Thanks. That's really nice. So yeah, continuing, let's start a new branch here. What I'm going to call it, maybe the issue I'm going to tackle is this one, right? So sponsor tip, right? Let me push it already. Origin sponsor tip. So yeah, there's no change, but I normally do these two, one right after the other. Like I create the new branch and just push it to the remote to make sure I don't. I mean, I do push every time I do have a new commit. So, all right. So let's see how can we do that actually, right? Because when I run the mix deps.get thing, this mix deps.get task, it's actually the deps.get is not implemented on Hex PM, but I already did search a bit for that before, and it's actually implemented here on Elixir the mix tool. It comes with Elixir, that's why it's in the same repo here. And if you search for deps.get here, this is the basic the code that gets ran when I do this mix deps.get, when I run this, right? So this is the code. The thing is, this code actually calls the code from Hex, this lib, right? And it's the way it's configured. I don't remember really well, but I'm guessing it's on this dep fetcher. Oops, fetcher. Yeah. Here, I guess it's this. This is the way it calls, right? It calls this dep fetcher all, and it calls the converge, right? So here, this mix remote converger get. This is the thing. Remote converger. This is the actual behavior, right? That actually defines, hey, these are the function remote converger should have, right? So I'm guessing by the name remote converger that there should be something here called converger, and there is the remote converger. Probably if you search for this on the Elixir, I'm gonna close this one, on the Elixir code base, the Elixir core code base, you're gonna find it somewhere. All right, there's a commit, fix deps.get inline loop dependencies. All right, this is the converger. Where is it? So it calls mix repo converger, remote converger. Oh, all dep loader is going to load out deps. Let me see what else is defined on remote converger. So yeah, here a remote converger returns a data dependency with extra information that can be used in mix converging. Converging meaning it's converging what you have on your dependencies list to what actually is on the remote, right? So if you have like a set of three the dependencies A, B, C, D, and downloaded, and some of them updated, or like, I mean, maybe you have not the E downloaded in your local system, and on the remote it should be downloaded, right? So yeah, remote converge. Maybe if I search for mix remote converger, converge. Not actually. Let me search. Where is it? Strange. It's actually not finding anything. I guess the search on GitHub is a bit buggy today. I was almost sure that I used this just yesterday, actually searching for it. Anyway, what I can do, so here, yeah, it got all the dependencies. I can actually show you on another project, right? So cd coins, this is a side project I'm doing. In here, if I run mix deps.get, it's going to print some stuff, right? So this is the things I wanted to show you. So it's here you can see that it prints resolving hex dependencies, right? So if I go there on hex, and I'm going to open Gin and search for resolving hex dependencies on all files, right? This is a way to actually know where the code is that actually printed that, right? So if here's the place that printed there, this is what got executed right before, and this is what's going to be executed right after, right? So yeah, there's the hex resolver. So hex resolver, it's going to call the resolve. There's lots of backtracks. So yeah, going back to there, you can see there's like this unchanged. When you have, like, for example, if you delete all the let me just delete one of the dependencies, telemetry for example, and rerun mix deps.get, here it's going to download telemetry. All right, there's it's still unchanged because it didn't change the actual version, right? So what I should do is mix deps.unlock telemetry. So then it's going to actually say it's new, right? So I'm guessing there's a place where it's printed unchanged or new. So let's search for unchanged. All right, so AG unchanged. All right, here. So yeah, here's the place that's printing that message that we saw, like the unchanged, right? So what's going to the place that actually calls this print, right? Unless mod and the dependencies. Right, cool. Yeah, I guess the place I have to actually put this message is here. Hex shell info, right? So here's the place that it prints the category. The categories could be, could be new, unchanged, downgraded, updated, upgraded. So what I want is to print if something got, like, if there's anything new or upgraded, maybe downgraded too, I don't know. But yeah, as for what José Valim said on the issue here, I should print it when we add or update a new dependency from on mix deps.get. So yeah. So what I should do is get the dep changes, and what is the dep changes? Is it a map? It is. It is a map. So yeah, I can check if new how I'm gonna check. Let me, if new or updated, def p new or updated. So if in here new, I guess it's greater than, right? GT, right? Yeah, GT or GT. So if there's no new or greater than, then it's false, right? So if both the new key on this map that changes is empty and the greater than is empty, we know, hey, there's no new or updated. If not, like if the new and greater than exist, means true, right? And the Pokemon gotta catch them all clause should be false too, because then, like this one is just in case, I don't know, this group dependency changes and doesn't have the default state anymore. It should not be. I mean, let it crash, right? Let it crash. So yeah, the state should always have at least these keys. It's guaranteed to have, because this is the only place that creates this state, and it's used on this reduce. So cool. So yeah, if there is new or updated, let's call upgraded, right? Do, then we do print this hex.shell info. You have added or upgraded. Oh. So yeah, I almost did it did a very naive one. So I have to also check if the dependency has sponsors, right? It's not just check if there was any dependency that got added or upgraded. So what I need to do is, like, let's call it sponsored your sponsored. Yeah, I guess I can actually do oops, here new greater than or upgraded. Let's call it upgraded. Any sponsored new or updated. I don't like very long function names, but I mean, it's private. What I could do is actually not use it in a function. I can do it straight in here, right? Yeah, let me do it straight in here, and then I'm going to, so deps dep changes dot new, and then I'm going to, oops, and then I'm going to add the, I think I do have Slack and WhatsApp open. Let's close it up. I saw it pop up there. So let's concatenate the dep changes dot greater than, right? And then actually it's going to look very bad there, so I'm going to call it any sponsored new or upgraded, and that's it. So new plus plus upgraded, oops, right, upgraded, and then I just actually check any, right? So is any of those dependencies a sponsored dependency? I don't know. So I have to actually check what is returned here. Like, like this is it. Reduce previous version. All right. Put cc change name repo previous version warning. Oh, I do have to add something else here. So, right, I have to add another thing here. Sponsored equals, and how to check if a version is sponsored. Check if a dep is sponsored. Not sure. Really not sure. Well, maybe actually, yeah, because here I just have the name, the repo, and the version. So by checking that, I have no way to actually know if it's sponsored, right? I would have to execute for each dependency here. But then instead of executing for all dependencies, like for all dependencies that gonna get grouped here, I can do it in here anyway. So what I need to get, I guess, is the name. So the repo, previous version, and warning is not needed. I know that this is the case because I look it in here. Like this is the place that's building these two lists here, right? So that's why I know the size of the tuple. But yeah, I'm going to inspect this and let me check if there's remote converger test. No. Yeah, no test. It test converge. All right. So this print success here, I think it's not even tested, right? So the remote converger converge. Remote converger dot converge. No one calls it because probably the one who calls it is the Elixir deps.get thing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cd in my Elixir repository that I have cloned here, and I'm going to search for remote converger converge. I think. Here, remote converger. Oh, here. All right, this is. Yeah, right. This get thing here is the function that is used to get the actual registered remote converger. The remote converger is registered calling mix.state. No, actually mix.remoteconverger.register. So there should be mix.remoteconverger.register. That should be somewhere. Yeah, there's. So yeah. When starting the Hex application, it's going to register the remote converger. Yeah, cool. So that's why. So on Elixir, the places that call mix.remoteconverger.get, which is the dep converger, the only place, right? So yeah, this is the remote converger things. So yeah, it saves on a variable and it calls the function from that variable. So yeah, remote.converge. Oops. Here it is. This is the place that calls that converge function. So maybe what I'm going to have to do is to kill my hex process, my hex application. Let me see if there's any contribution notes. All right. Oh, all right. So yeah, hex PM here should be cloned too. Yeah, but there's no install hex locally for development with mix install. Pretty interesting. Yeah, because you have to install the hex command this way. On Elixir, it comes with this local hex, right? So this local hex task, whenever you install Elixir, they ask you to call it like this, local.hex. And what this is doing is basically downloading the hex, this project, right, and registering it to run somehow. I don't know, like because it's going to get automatically registered to execute. Hey, Felipe Estival is here. He's a very well-known contributor on Elixir. I saw him like multiple times already in multiple repos. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Hex is one of them, right, Felipe? Not sure. But yeah, let's continue. So back to it, testing. Oh yeah, you sent a PR but didn't merge. Yeah, that's common. I'm hoping this is not the case for this one, but it happened a lot for me already too. But I mean, I don't feel that bad when it happens. It's just normal. I mean, it happens on a week basis, I guess, on our work. Why would we expect to open source projects to accept everything we get? Yeah, I got censored. Hex, not sure why Hex is censored, but probably because if you change H to S, it's something else, right? So, all right. How can I test that? I mean, I could always do this, right? All right, I'm on Elixir, not on Hex. So here's inside the Hex repo. Yeah. All right. It loaded my shell.inf because I did call it wrong. It did warn me. So yeah, let's see how it gets to the print success. We can always success. Yeah, there's only one place that calls it, and the dep changes are mounted based on the resolved ones, right? Yeah, it goes through the resolved ones, which gets name, repo, and version. Yeah, I guess in here, what I need to do is to actually check here, hex.sponsor. How is that? So yeah, it reads the lock. It gets the packages from the lock. And it gets the sponsor links with this sponsor links function, and it goes through all the repo and package names. So on package name, it calls read metadata with package name and deps path, read metadata. All right. So I guess I need to do this same thing here. And sponsorship. Ooh, it's quite complex actually. Maybe I should extract this to another function. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this contribution in this live, but anyways, let's keep going with it. So the side project thing, it's out of the table already. I know that for sure, almost for sure actually. But yeah, let's go. So there's the only thing about sponsor in here is the hex thing, right? I wonder if on Elixir repo there's anything sponsor. No, I think, yeah, nothing related to sponsor. So sponsor, like to actually make sponsoring, if I'm not mistaken, you just like Flocky, for example, is one we knew that there is sponsor. You just put like on links a key named sponsor, and this link is going to be this the link to whatever place you want actually. But if it's named sponsor, then it's going to be shown when you hit mix hex.sponsor, right? So yeah, to get this link, what one should do, let me go to GitHub here. This link is set here on mix ESS, right? There is the let me search for sponsored here. So yeah, here, like on the package configuration, you configure some stuff, and the links are one of this configuration, and the sponsor is here. So yeah, it's even probably it's on hex here. If you get yeah, you down case just to be actually case insensitive, right? So yeah, what I'm going to do is to actually extract some of these functions to another file, because as there's going to be two places now that we are going to check for sponsorships, then it's better to reuse the code. So what I'm going to do is to in hex maybe call it sponsor or sponsors, not sure. So resolver, nothing to do with the API, crypto, HP, register, resolver shell. So yeah, let's call it sponsor.ex. Let's open it, def module hex.sponsor, right? And the functions I'm going to copy. Functions I'm going to copy are the sponsor. Oh, sorry for those noises. It's my belly. It's not something else. Just saying. I don't know what happens. Sometimes coffee just gets my belly really crazy. It's sometimes. So it's kind of risky to drink coffee, but I mean, I'm a programmer. I need that, right? I mean, not risky. It's just a belly noise. I mean, it doesn't bore, like it doesn't get anyone annoyed, because I don't work with other people on my house, except my wife. But I guess she got used to it. Sorry, Ju. Right. Here it is. Yeah, I can say that, Keen, that I do not have any problem going to the bathroom. So yeah, I'm almost sure that what you said is true. So what I want to do here. Why a flat map? It's kind of crazy way to actually do it. Like sponsor links. So yeah, what I'm going to write is a function that returns the sponsor link. So if you have all metadatas when doing a deps.get, I wouldn't even create a new module, I think. Just iterate over them with sponsorship. Not sure what do you mean, like just iterate them through this sponsorship thing. I'm not sure if I do have the metadata. Do I? On the converger here? I mean, the metadata is at least in here on the it's inside the deps, the deps path package metadata file here, right? So the hex metadata config. Not sure, where is it? Here. So in here I have the resolved stuff that's got returned by the resolver. I do love when they have specs. Not the case here. What's being returned? Right. Okay. Activated. Select solution. Let me go back there. So by looking on the print success, right? So I saw that on the group dependency changes here, that the state here is basically a list of the name of a package, the repo, and the version, right? So yeah, maybe I mean, you're probably right. I never contributed to Hex, you did. So probably the metadata is already loaded somewhere in the resolver here. So let's see. Hex resolver, resolve. So you don't know. All right, but yeah, it's a good direction. I mean, if the metadata is loaded, I mean, here, let me check. Like go line to line to line here, line by line actually. So it's get the deps. So on converge, you receive the deps and the log. That is called here. We saw. Oops. We saw that this is called here, right? So the deps list is get from this all function. All right, this is the other all function. This all function, probably, yeah, the dep loader here, it's probably loading from the deps list on the mix exs. Don't take you too seriously. I mean, it's okay. It helps a lot. So please keep saying stuff. So remote dot converge is the one, and the deps are loaded in here. yeah. The problem, I'm almost sure, Felipe, I'm almost sure it loads the dependency metadata on deps.get. But the problem is then deps.get doesn't send the metadata to the converger on Hex. So for that, then I could actually send, probably, right? I could go to the remote converger behavior here, say, hey, there's the deps, actually, the converge, which is a dep list, and I don't know, or maybe this list would become a map with the dep and the dep name, the dep, actually mix dep, maybe here, metadata, no. So yeah, the dep just has the SCM, the app name, the requirement, the status, ops, you know, top level manager. Yeah, I guess the metadata there is only configuration. It doesn't actually, let me see here on mix.exs for Flocky, the one that has, I think this stuff here, it's not useful for deps.get. Not sure if you get what I mean. Like, it's useful only for Hex per se, because here package, it's like the package configuration, like some useful links, for example, like as you see here, it's just the links, the licenses, like Mix doesn't even know that exists, and it doesn't actually matter. So yeah, I still have to do it the way that I was going. So yeah, back there. Not sure how, but I just did hit my movement goal. I think that's a testament for how how bad is the goal, right? So it's not a very huge amount of calories that I should spend by day. I guess I should increase that. So yeah, sponsor, get link. So to get the link, I'm going to do basically this. Oops. And get these two here. I can do a width. Oops. I don't find links. Where the key? I guess there's another. So you search for the links, and from inside the links you search for the downcase sponsor link name. I have to actually, and metadata file also, and then find, let me, I guess fetch, is there like a find value or something? Maybe, yeah, there is. Like, there's no point actually on I can just do a enum find value here, and it's going to return the value. And if it doesn't actually get the links, I'm also going to, that's it, right? One question though, couldn't I use get in? No, because there's no get and no fetch, right? There's a no fetch. I could do find value here. And if it's find value, similar to find, but returns the value of a function invocation instead of yeah. All right. Yeah, that's a misleading name. You're right. I want find. That's really really a misleading name. I mean, yeah, terrible. Like for a enum function, like it's a module that should have really good names in there. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna keep the code as it was before. From inside the links, I'm gonna search for a link with the sponsor link name, right? So what I'm gonna send here is the package name and the deps path, right? And then the problem here then is that here I'm going to return, let me sponsorship, sponsorship returns a tuple so find actually returns the element, right? So in the element is a two-size tuple because the first is the key, the second is the name, and he wants the value of the link and not the name of the link. The name of the link is searched here. So yeah, what I wanted is to actually return the name here. Right, so value, return the value here actually. Value, else, doesn't matter what happens, returns new. I don't like these catches here, but yeah, it's clean. All right, so the enum flat map here is going to just, instead of, it's not case, maybe it's case. It's case. hex.sponsor.get link, package name, oops, package name and deps path, do n. If it's new, just returns this, and if it's not, if it's value, return value. So error no end should return new. Oops. Open R3. A mistake. If it's error no end, it's already going to be matching here, right? So doesn't matter. So yeah, I guess I don't like get something like, but yeah, maybe just call it sponsor link. Maybe get link, it's clear. Link name, link, yeah. Yeah, so the point is what I was saying that Felipe said also is that the first thing here is going to be the link name. In our case, if it's a sponsor, it's going to be sponsor, or like it should be something like sponsor or whatever, or sponsor. But yeah, that doesn't matter because we're not going to use that, and it's also, it can be any variation because it's case insensitive, right? It searches with the down case value here. Right, so yeah, the function to get the link there is written, and the read metadata here is not used anymore. The sponsorship here, the function is not used anymore. If I'm also not mistaken, the metadata file here is not used too. The sponsor link name is not used too. Everything was moved to this hex sponsor module. Right. Now I'm gonna use hex sponsor from here. Problem is, what I need is the deps path too, right? So the sponsor, I still need to leave it open. The deps path. All right. So it can be, we can get it from mix projects deps path. Can this have a mix dependency? Not sure. All right, so I'm on print success. Here, I just need to call hex.sponsor.get link for the name and the deps path, different and new. Like I guess you have to have the deps path here because you have to load the hex config file to get the metadata for it, right? So yeah. I mean, that should be it. I'm just not sure how to test it now because let me check how. So there's the test hex. There is the resolver test. Oh no, I'm actually wanting the remote converter test. Oh, yeah, cool. Cool, yeah, now you're gonna pay attention to me. Just kidding. Cool. Yeah, my task of the day, I finished it on the morning. I had tested some stuff on production, like on our pre-prod environment, because we have to run a migration. Probably not tomorrow. I was going to suggest to run it this weekend, but they don't need it deployed this weekend already, so I'm gonna probably postpone it to next weekend. Yeah. So continuing. Was checking. I guess that's it. I just don't know how to test it, because the resolver has the tests, right? The resolver is the thing that actually does the job of downloading the packages, right? The converger is just the module that implements the behavior that has the actual functions that mix deps.get is going to call, you know. So that's what the converger is, and the inner workings is in the resolver. That's why I suspect they only wrote tests for the resolver per se, resolver test. I think that's why they only wrote these tests. So let me check some of the tests here. For example, if you give the resolver deps the foo resolve registry request deps top level, oh, it actually calls the resolve in a very crazy way. Yeah, it sends a lot of options. Wait, import resolver helper. All right. I was confused now because there was actually no. So yeah, resolve here is calling the things pretty much like the deconverger calls. Calculating stuff with decimal is not fun everywhere. Yeah. I mean, never had to do that thing so much, but yeah, working with decimals is a pain normally. Yeah, true. Yeah. One other thing that make me miss operator overloading is like comparing dates like this. That would be awesome, like date 2011 10 bigger than. That would like be really awesome, right? But like nothing's perfect. Just let me check, just to make elixir lang kernel def module def is it on kernel x h. Yeah, it is. Def left bigger than right. So you actually could, one actually could make the operator, like you could implement this on your module and then import it, like you should then make like import kernel except the actual function bigger than, right, greater than, and then import. I think you have to put the actual parity, right, greater than and 2. Strange. What's the syntax for import? Except, is it not? Except. Oh, right. Right. You do this and then import. Yeah, nice emoji, true. And then you import your module that actually overloaded the greater than, and voila. But yeah, it should actually be a protocol or something like that. I know there is a protocol for that, for enum sort, right? They added the enum sort like an option, so you can use other functions, other modules to order the lists or enumerables. But yeah. Yeah, I should not be showing that live, right, Felipe? That's yeah, for everyone that saw me doing that, never do that, please, please. Like, I didn't do that, just in my defense, I didn't do that. I was just showing everyone else how to do it, right? Like, yeah, let's keep trying to figure out the tests here. I think they don't actually expect any tests for it, but I'm just, what I'm going to do is here. I'm going to add this. I'm going to test it manually. So adding, oh, actually, never mind. I did everything, but write the tip for it. So you have added or created one or more libs. Libs? Do I call it libs? One of my package that has that you could sponsor. Check mix hex sponsor to know how. It suddenly got the light here suddenly got stronger. I'm not sure why. Check mix hex sponsor to know how. Let me just it's okay to have a long string like that. I'm just going to, oh, I guess actually I could write a here dot, yeah. Checks mix has sponsored to know how. Run. Run. All right. Mix hex dot sponsor if as a sponsor link is added or upgraded. Let me push it and open the PR because I mean hex PM hex this closest number, yeah, that's the one. Let me run the tests first and then I create the PR, right? Like, why bothering other people with a lot of messages saying, hey, it's not working. So it says on the hex here that you can install it locally with mixhex install. Does it override my hex? Like mix install, does it override my hex? Yeah, it does. Let me see. Then if I do hex, do deps.get, this is not going to change. But if I unlock one of the dependencies, I actually should unlock Flocky, right? Because it's the one that has the sponsor link. Mix deps.get. Yeah, ha! It worked. Like manually tested and all. You have added or upgraded one of my package that you could sponsor. Run mixhex sponsor to know how. And then all dependencies were up to date. Maybe this line break should not be added. That's why here doc is like the doc string is not used as much, Felipe. It has the last line break here. I'm just wondering, maybe like this doesn't work because it has to be on here. So people sometimes do like string.trim. I think string trim does that, right? Does it remove the... Yeah, it remove any empty structure, so I could do this. Because then it's going to remove it. Do I have to reinstall? I think so, right? Because it copies the install. Let's unlock Flocky. Let's install. Oh, no. The mix install was the hex one. Here I need the deps.get. I thought I was gonna have a lot more problems that I actually had. So deps.get, but so didn't actually. Cool. So unchanged. Maybe I should color it. I don't know. But let the others decide that. Run it locally and Should I share a print screen or just a... I think this is enough. Actually, it's not going to show any color. That's a nice wallpaper. Oops. I hate that. Yeah. Closed because no tests. Maybe. I mean, I did create it, like normally they just say, hey, please add tests. Come on, Felipe. Yeah, that's... Yeah, done. That's... If you want me to reward it or color the output. Let me review my own my own change. Let me just try one more thing. Let me unlock something that does not have the link, right? Telemetry, I know that it doesn't, because when I run mixhex.sponsor, it doesn't show up there. Oops, but trust me, it doesn't. Yeah, and it doesn't show up the message. Cool. So maybe they want me to reward or change something, but yeah, let's... If you want to check which tests are calling your function, you can put a IO inspect. True. What? Not sure what got cut there, but yeah, true, I could. But the problem is that I have to run the tests. Just kidding. Let me try. So process struct trace, right? Cool. io.inspect process.stack trace self current struct trace. It's going to cut every time. Is it stack trace, the name of the function? Is in info? Yeah, it is. Yeah. So the thing is that to run the test, I have to go back there and Not sure why I'm scrolling that page. So it says here, integration test run against API server HexPM, which I should download and put nearby it, right? So what I have to do is basically do this. And git clone it here, the HexPM. Or I could have done this. Let's try excluding integration tests. Maybe that one is already going to call my... Oh, I actually should have put it out of the IO inspect, so that way, yeah. So warnings, but no IO inspect. But yeah, anyway, I can run mixed tests here because the integration ones are no measure right hand side. Yeah, there is. It got stuck, probably. Maybe because of this. Yeah, no. It really got stuck. I hate when there are warnings in the middle of my tests. No match of right hand side 1 on HexPM. Here, I guess it's support HexPM 179. Support HexPM 179. All right. What's the command? 52. 52, not 5. Hex to drop, hex to create, hex to migrate. XPM repo base. What? It says that it should be under HexPM, and it is. Or HexPM path is to be set and point to its location. HexPM also requires Postgres. I always forget to create user. What are the username and the password? How I set the password? It already exists. How can I'm terrible at Postgres, really. Every time I need to run something on SQL, I have to, on like managing Postgres instances, I have to search how to do that. But if I'm not mistaken, Postgres, right? Yeah, there's no password for it. Set password for existing user Postgres. Auto role username with password. Right. Oops. Postgres. Outer role Postgres with password Postgres. Right, now it should be let's test, right? Mix ectodrop. Here, XPM Elixir. I think it doesn't actually. I think it's not true what's it's written here. It doesn't even check this variable. Oh, it checks. XPM dir. It's going to cd into this directory. Oh, right. This is the Elixir directory for the XPM. So that Elixir exists. If not, it's just going to use mix. So I'm going to try out cd here and run the command that actually failed was the line 52. Mix ectodrop sorry for that again. Done went quiet. Was it that loud? Sorry, Felipe. Hopefully the others didn't listen. I mean, maybe it was yours. Just saying. No mix. Oh, right. cd hexpm. Oh, mix. The thing is that the only thing I should be doing is reading the message, right? Like it's here, it's saying, hey, there's a lot of things that should be downloaded here on hexpm. That's why it was failing. It was not because of the B thingy. Anyway, test. How many times does it happen per day with you? I mean, that thing that just happened, like you just don't read the error message correctly and you spend 15 to 30 minutes to actually discover if you read the message. You'd fix it in 1 minute. It's really I should have this compiled here, but yeah. Just meanwhile, the other thing I was planning to do today is on the my coins side project, which is oops, not this one. This is a user. This one, coins. It's the idea is to test out the live view and this kind of stuff. So yeah, Dwayne. I know how that is, like it constantly happens. sometimes multiple times the same day. But yeah, I guess that's normal. You sometimes you're on like production mode, and production, I mean productivity mode, not production. Like production mode is totally different mode. Please be very aware what you do on production. But you just turn on the productivity mode, and you just don't read anything. You just go try stuff, and yeah, to read stuff you have to actually think, right? So sometimes you just want to do it and not think. But yeah, back to the coins. It's a side project. It's a personal finance manager. Like I know there's a lot of them already, but like that's a topic that I'm interested in, and I wanted to try out live view with like this something that's more crude oriented, you know. So and not active, because I did test live view with some fun projects. One of them was this one, Kelvin's Market Umbrella. One of them was this one, was pretty cool. I did it for a presentation that I gave on a conference here in Brazil, and it was pretty cool. You can build it yourself, like use it yourself. The presentation is somewhere, I guess, right. So I shared kind of a presentation here on the README, so there's a lot of info. What I talked on the talk, and the demo in the end of the talk was this small project. I didn't show up code, I showed up just the actual demo, but I used the demo as a fun project. So yeah. Let me compile it. Mix env equals test compile. Oops. Mix compile. Not even sure if it is test env. Who knows? Yeah. So coins is this other live view project that I'm trying out. So, and the first thing I did was I did it on the last live stream I shared. So I did add the transactions table and just generated that default live view there just to test it out, how it goes and how it works. And the next idea would be to add the balance to the transactions page, like the total amount, like after summing like up all your transactions, what's the current amount on your account, right? So yeah, that was the idea for today, but I guess I'm not going to get time to do this, so I'm going to leave that for next week probably, or this weekend, I don't know. Probably not going to do another live this weekend though. Right. Let's test. Yeah. It's not. There's no point on actually here now. Did you see that it got stuck on Ecto? I think it's because it's running the compile for another project from within the tests. So not sure if it's any way related to it, but yeah. So it's an interesting structure of stuff. Is, I mean, oh, I think I did comment the actual Yeah. So yeah, finally now let's see. It's an interesting structure of projects that Hex has. Like there's inside the Hex organization, there's Hex, Hex Core, and Hex PM, and Hex Docs. Yeah, I think those are. So Hex is kind of the client that you install on your machine to download stuff from Hex PM, which is the API server and the website for Hex, right? So the Hex that you install in your machine is this one, and this one is the actual website here, Hex PM. And yeah, Hex Core, not even sure what it is. Reference implementation of Hex specification. Okay. Yeah, it is called somewhere a lot. Right. So it's being called the mixed task test. Yeah, probably that's the place I should write stuff. Write the test, tasks, test. Is it? No, mixed task test. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Yep. So I'm going to create a fake project called sponsor. I think I have a problem, because then this is not going to generate the metadata file. Hope they aren't capturing IO. Who aren't capturing IO, you mean? Twitch? Not sure. What did you mean there? Oh, long before? Yeah, it's been almost 4 minutes, but not sure if I got what you meant. Anyway, sponsor, project package. Let me see on Flocky. Package, right? The package is a map with links. A map with actually links. That's another map, and I have to put it on sponsor. my.sponsor.link. Oh, see, yeah, true. Yeah, it will be capturing, but no, they aren't. So how can I do that then? Because I'm not sure it's going to load this. Let me see, simple. Mix project push, simple. It actually has Ecto. So what if I do add Flocky to one of them? Why not, right? Like Ecto is a big one. Flocky should be not that much. Not even, what is this Flocky thing? simples, minha parceira. Cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. So I'm going to add Flocky to 1. Missing that. Only matching pre-requirement. Dependence on actual SQL. Depends on sponsored. What's the version? .030. Yeah, I'm likely going to. Yeah, because it's already installed there, by the way. I'm not sure if I mean, maybe I should use a more famous Felipe. You probably know that, but is Flocky like very famous package? I mean, I can check on XPM, right? Come on. Let me Google that for you. 3 million downloads, not bad. Sponsor. Yeah. Is there any place like saying, hey, this is these are the sponsored total downloads, certified, not sponsored. The top ones are probably not sponsored. Jason's not. My Merrill not. Decimal, the one that you both really like. Yeah, it's big. Okay, so yeah, let's. Yep, filtering for sponsors. Register the issue there. Maybe we can work on that on a. So yeah, test prints a tip for. Someone's bugging me. Prints a tip for what to run mix hex sponsor when let me put the backticks here. Make to run mix hex sponsor when a new seed, you mean the fixtures here? Yeah, true. It's probably going to have to download it here, right? Oh, actually, wait, what? No, this is not the thing. Let's see what happens. Why not? Mix.project.push. Then after I have to, do I have to? Let me see the simple ones here. So mix deps.get. All right, it does get the hex package from there. So yeah, here 0.2.1. Actually, no. 3.3.1, 3.3.1. We shouldn't get this version, but anyway. Child node, Ecto, not Ecto, actually inside. How are you gonna call it? Who are you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Flocky. And may mix of EXS. Let me copy this one. Just rename everything from Ecto to Flocky. Let me see, 16. It doesn't depend on nothing. I don't care. And I just need to add the package. Oops. Links. Sponsor Rocket HPS. No. My sponsor link. Ecto fixture mix project. Like ecto.fixture.mix project. Oh, right. It's the path dep. This here is the path dep stuff. So I think there is another fixture you meant, right? Is there on the setup? No. Integration case. Require file setup hexpm, setup hexpm. Yeah, you're right, it's here. There's no sponsored one here. Package meta. Actually, sponsor. My sponsor link. So I'm going to add a new package. Called Flocky 0.30.0, and I'm going to actually remove my fixture there for Flocky because I don't need it. Yes, and I'm going to go back to the mix task test flocky. Going to force it this version. Sword. Right. Is it the only thing that I need to do? If you don't want to use flock, you can also come up with a name. Yeah, I mean, sponsored. Right, better. 0.1 just to make it, but no, there's no y. So do I have to purge them then? I don't think so, right? All right. No conflict, no conflict, no conflict. It looks like every... True. Very well spotted. Sponsor. So what I'm going to do is to, in temp, run a deps.get. No, not. Let me check the simplest deps.get test here. Test deps.get. Put cache home. And run deps.get, and then assert received mix shell info. In this, oh, it is an info. It's getting sponsored. It's a nice message to check for. And right. And I am going to then check for my message, which I don't even remember where did I converger. Gonna delete this. Is it gonna work this way? Not sure. String.trim, because I trimmed it here, so I should trim it here too. So I guess let me call just this test. All right, completion error. Cannot invoke remote function string.trim inside a match. All right, yeah, true. String.trim. I'll do a set receive message and check message. Yeah, I'm going to. I like this way, right? Oops. Executing only this test. Failure. Yeah. Showing 4 of 4 messages. Resolving dependency. Dependency resolution completed. New. Sponsored. And over. Why? Yeah, I really love my Vim setup. It took a long time to get to it though. I'm almost sure with VS Code you can get to this point with a lot less trouble than I had, but I don't like VS Code that much. I like being on my terminal. So yeah, I guess I'm not going to finish the test today. So it looks like it's not printing, not even the last thing here. What is it? Like, it's not printing this message, but it's also not printing like just 4. You should print true or false somewhere if it got called. Yeah, it got called. It just returned false. Yeah, it looks like it's because those that metadata there, it's not. Yeah, it's a good double check. Hex PM. Is it set up hex PM? Yeah. No, it's not. Thanks. Links. And here. Now I should be ready to test it. Let me close the huge amount of files that I have open. Yeah, here. Yeah, the only thing I don't like about this Vim setup is that, like, my actual font size is this one. So I can't actually, you probably are seeing nothing. So I need to make it a lot bigger for you. So yeah, it's not about my Vim setup, but it's about, like, the thing is that I'm used to open like 3 files side by side, and during the live I can't do that, because then, and even 2 files like this, you get like these line breaks, which I kind of hate. Yeah, it's still return false, right? Still return false. Is it because, where does this setup thingy run? Is it a mixed test? That's a very nice error. Test, probably. Setup hex PM. Here, integration case. All right, yeah. For every integration case, it's going to run the file before. So it's init starts and does this. So it's links sponsor. Yeah, I think the thing I'm suspecting, Felipe, is that this meta is not being written to. Not to my knowing, because like on Flocky, for example, if you go to their mix.css, it's the links here. It is an atom, right? So I suspect it's an atom, but let me check anyway. Like, what's the name of the file that I create? Sponsor, right? Sponsor. It checks for, maybe when saving to the file, this gets converted to a string. Let me see. Setup xpm. So yeah, because all the other here. It is. So I guess I can do this update in, update put in for the Russian friends. Yuri, are you still there? Not sure if you like the joke though. Fingers crossed and broken. Like this. Still false. Yeah, let me use IO inspect in a better way, right? Like on the sponsor file, not that one. Like IO.inspect. Yeah, so yeah, as you see, there's as you can see, there's no there's no metadata file to read from, right? Because it doesn't save to any file, right? It's actually the hexpm there, the setup hexpm script is loading metadata to memory and not to the files on deps path. What I could do is to actually use, yeah, I mean, let's see. Yeah, maybe on the next live I'm going to try to write these tests, because I have to finish today's live in max 5 minutes, because I have to get my kid on school. And yeah, I guess that's it for today, guys. Sorry. It really feels bad to not finish during the live. I mean, I did finish. It's Felipe's fault that he insisted in actually writing tests for it. But yeah, thanks. I mean, your tip to actually put the IO inspect on the line there, it really helped. So yeah, we discovered there are actually tests for the converger. But yeah, I'm just thinking how should we do that? Like, let's use this final 5 minutes to try it out, to actually try to discover how to do that on the resolver. Is there any metadata here? No. Converger? No. Meta. So there's a lot of meta on the setup and SCM test, API tests. hex sponsor test. Lots of metadata on the test directory. The tarball. All right, so this is a hex star create. This is where the metadata is saved to the file that we are trying to read from. So maybe create on the test and hex build. Yeah, the hex build one is the one that actually saves the metadata to the tar, you know. So there should be a test for hex sponsor that relies on metadata. Well, very well observed with test package. Yeah, so it creates the metadata and in temp yeah, but where is the actual test? Ah, right, with test package run sponsor and receive the header and package outline. Yeah, sponsor deps mix project, the test sponsored package. Is it somewhere else? No, it's only here. Lock right. I think you have to. Not sure. Strange. So, all right, yeah, the new package here. This is creating the package pretty much the same way I am creating on the setup here. Setup hexpm, right? So the hexpm, the name of a package, the version, metadata is going to include the links and sponsor, and the authentication, right? So I think what is missing is this, because probably the lock right here is the place that's going to write the metadata to the files. But I'm not sure, like update keys, what? Right, sponsor. Actually, let me check. Yeah, sponsored. Yeah, I have to go then. This is let's try. Fingers crossed. Yeah, I didn't even compile. All right, version 0.1.0. Yeah, see ya. To the last second. Please go. Yeah, didn't work. Still didn't print anything. So yeah, I guess I'm going to leave it like this, and we see each other again next week, probably, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. Let's see. I'll let you know if I get time to do it over the weekend. So see you guys. Thank you for watching and staying with me. Thank you, Felipe, for all the tips. And yeah, maybe someday we could do like these contributions together. I don't know, like pair programming. It felt a bit like pair programming with you there, always trying to help. So thanks. Thanks, Dwayne, for actually sticking to us to the end. So yeah, thank you, everyone. See ya. Bye.